Hello everybody, my name is Outrageous Panda, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to say this now. If you hear any noise in the background, it's either me flipping pages because I wrote this on paper, or it is my family, or any random noises. If you hear shuffling, that's me moving because I will be uncomfortable. Warning, flat out, right now. Warning! This has some touchy subjects, some touchy stuff in it. So if you are easily triggered, please leave now. Sorry, this is my story by Ray Kurosaki, which it's not going to be posted anywhere else but here, and I'm just trying to wing it, so yeah. This art is not mine. This is Jara777 on Newgrounds. Go and check her out. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, but her name will be in the description, and it's also at the bottom of the screen where the picture is. I got this off Google. And a little bit of a background. You are a female in this. I'm sorry, all my male listeners. I'm so sorry. But this is mostly for females. And if you would like to listen to this still, just replace all the she's with he's. That's all you have to do. She has two quirks. Sight confusion. Sorry, I'm tired. Sight confusion, which that she can manipulate people's sight, and a levitation quirk, which is her smaller part of her. She usually uses it to when she throws things. She throws knives. She can throw them at high speeds, thanks to her quirk. Now, without another word, let's get started into this story. I was standing outside the League of Villains lair, not knowing it yet. I was walking, but then I heard footsteps, maybe 30 feet ahead of me around the corner. I hid behind a corner that was closest to me, getting away from them at least for now. I had a plan in mind. I curled up in a ball. They probably heard me. I started to fake cry with my face in one of my hands and the other in my pocket holding the knife that I had stolen a few days ago. They slowed down to a stop, as I thought. I could feel them stare at me. I irritated my eyes with my hand and looked up at them. It was a guy with scars all over. I used my quirk and slowly got up. I got behind him holding the knife to his throat and then deactivated my quirk. I pushed the knife into his throat. "Oh, what do we have here?" a girl said from behind me. I stuck my hand in my pocket quickly and pulled out another knife, throwing it at her, then activating my quirk. But before I could focus on the guy, he had grabbed my arm and flung me forward. The knife still in my hand, I hit the ground, and soon enough, he had already had his hand on my throat. "Don't move." I stared at him blankly. "Dabi, I can't. Where are you? I can hear you. I can't see you." I give up. I dropped the knife and put my hands palms up. I stopped using my quirk. "Now will you let me go?" He didn't let me go, so I continued speaking. "I'm looking for the League of Villains." "Why?" he asked bluntly. "I just want to join," I said back. He let go. I activated my quirk, shoving the knife into my pocket. I stopped using my quirk, getting up as they watched me. I turned to face them, my quirk still active to cover up what I really looked like. I had a slight smile on my face. We are a part of the league, so that's the reason I didn't kill you, and I think your quirk will be useful. Do you even know what my quirk is? He avoided the question and said, just follow us. We turned the corner and walked for about a minute, then we stopped in front of what looked like an abandoned bar. I have one question for you. Ask away! Why do you want to join? I have my reasons like you have yours. But I could tell you a part of what I am planning. Would that be okay? Yes, that's fine. Revenge. My face contorted from a smile. My face contorted from the smile I had to a frown. But quickly, my face changed back to a smile. He opened the door and we walked in. I recognized Shigaraki immediately and walked up to him, sitting down next to him. Hi, Shigaraki. I stuck my hand in my pocket, ready for anything. He quickly moved, turning towards me and reached out to grab me. I pulled out my knife, quickly moving, but nothing happened. I took in what just happened and pulled my arm back, seeing the portal disappear. I looked at the bartender. Anyways, I'm here to join the league. I smiled. I activated my quirk, moving to the other side and deactivating it. Not fully, of course. As I said, I was covering up my look. I mean, I could give you cover. Shigaraki quickly turned around to me. The fuck? I heard Dabi say. I think I would be pretty useful. What's your quirk? Sight manipulation. I can make you see what I want you to see. The only downside is that if someone makes skin contact with me while they're in the illusion, they'll snap out of it. I can use it in a range of about 2 or 3 miles, and I can control thousands of people's sight. But usually when I'm tired or get tired, the range decreases. Okay, well that will be useful. Oh, and I forgot, it doesn't interact with any other sense, just sight, so I'll have to be careful if I join. Okay, that's fine. So, Shigaraki, can I join? I'll have to talk with the boss. Okay. I got up, turning around and walking toward Dabi. Oh, Dabi, I only surrendered because I didn't want to die. Well, before I became a member, death is really irrelevant and doesn't matter to me. I smiled. He grabbed my wrist, and in seconds I smelled burning flesh. He stared at me, a slight smile on his face. It didn't last long, though. I still had a smile on my face. He let go. I looked at my wrist. Can you feel anything? Yes, I can feel warmth and cold, but not pain. Not anymore, at least. What happened in the past? I would not like to talk about that. Not yet, at least. Do you need a place to stay? Yeah, I'm kind of on the run. From who? None of your business. If you tell me, I'll let you stay at my place. It's a long story, and my life was pretty difficult. Tell me about it. How about this? I'll show you what I really look like if I could stay at your house. And maybe I'll tell you. Deal. We'll leave in 30 minutes to an hour. Okay. I walked around outside for a while just to get to know the area. I used my quirk on everyone in the area. I got back to base. I was exhausted. I opened the door. Everything was slightly spinning. Did I get hit by a quirk? I couldn't remember. I leaned on the wall. I could hear muffled voices. Soon enough, I couldn't stand anymore. I fell. What's happening? Where am I? Questions filled my head. I felt someone shake me, my head falling to the side. I felt warmth. Closing my eyes to savor it. It felt so good. I opened my eyes, my vision slightly clearing. Dabi was hugging me. I couldn't move my body. It wouldn't move. I closed my eyes. The next time I woke up, I saw the ceiling of an unfamiliar room. I tried to sit up, but could feel something warm around my waist/middle section of my body. I touched it and trailed up, feeling staples. I blushed. I moved slowly as I turned around to him. He looked so peaceful, and I couldn't help but stare, taking in every detail. I tried to go back to sleep, but as soon as I did, I regretted it. The guard that so-called took care of me and drugged me was there. I put my arms up as he hit and kicked me, then started yelling at me. I was shaking, tears flowed down my face as I screamed, "I'm sorry." I couldn't do anything, and that's when I woke up, crying. I sat up immediately, then curled up in a ball and crying into my knees. The commotion woke Dabi, but I didn't care. Images flashed through my mind. Dabi's point of view. I was having a normal dream, but then I saw Lion scared in the corner and a man hitting, kicking, and yelling at her. She was covered in bruises and she had a bulky bracelet on her wrist. I couldn't hear anything, but then it went black, just for a second, before things flashed before my eyes. I heard crying and woke up. I sat up, seeing Lion crying. I touched her arm as she flinched away from me. She looked at me, tears flowing down her face, and she jumped at me. It caught me off guard. She hugged me and cried into my shoulder. I hugged her back, slowly rocking her back and forth, and after 10 to 15 minutes, it got quiet and she stopped crying. I looked down. She was asleep. I lay back, letting her rest on my chest as I was trying not to wake her. Lion's point of view. I woke up on Dabi's chest. I looked up to see him staring at me. I got up quickly. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean..." He cut me off. "It's fine. I didn't show you, did I?" "Show me what?" "What I really look like." I deactivated my quirk fully, letting him see my scars and bruises. He looked shocked. "What happened to you?" "My past." I looked down, my happy attitude disappearing immediately. "Can you tell me about your past?" I can show you. I didn't look up. All I did was show him. I could see them myself. Tears flowed down my face once again. I tried not to make any noise. Then I felt Dabi grab my hand and squeeze it lightly. I looked up. They're not gonna get you here. I forced a smile. I felt his hand brush the tears away and smile back. If you want, we can talk as long as you want, he said in a sweet tone. I slightly blushed. Okay, I'll talk about it. I wiped the rest of my tears away from... I wiped the rest of the tears from my face. Then I started to speak. I was kidnapped as a child, and they used me for missions. They trained me, and if I didn't do what they said, they starved me. When I got older and could rebel more, they drugged me almost every day, and when they didn't, I was forced to wear shock collars so I could use my quirk properly. I had to wear a bracelet so they could track me if I escaped, and if I did, I would be given to one of the men that worked there, and they could do whatever they wanted with me. Most of them would punch, kick, and yell at me. The only thing they weren't allowed to do was kill me. I looked down, a few tears running down my cheeks. If you don't want to, you don't have to tell me anymore. No, it's fine. I wiped the tears away before looking at him, continuing. Soon I escaped and broke my wrist to get the bracelet off and ran far. Soon I tried to talk to anyone, any heroes about it, but no one listened to me. I came to the League to try getting information on them, help you guys, and most likely try to kill the people who hurt me. Tears welled up in my eyes as I remembered all the other kids that were my friends growing up. As I watched them get hurt and then killed by them, I showed Dabi what I watched as a kid. Tears flowed down my face once again. This time I hugged Dabi and cried into his shoulder. He hugged back. I'm sorry for what you didn't do anything. My voice was muffled by his shirt. For your life, I never meant to hurt you. I deactivated my quirk fully. I finished crying and stopped hugging him and moved away. I'm sorry, no one was there for me. No, it's fine, he said quickly. I thought my life was bad, he mumbled. What happened to you? My quirk caused the scars. What is your quirk? I asked curiously. He put out his hand. A blue flame flickered in his hand, then it disappeared. I watched in awe. Dabi's point of view. Ryan wanted to know my quirk, so I showed her. Her eyes glowed with astonishment. I smiled watching her. She looked up at me. I liked her. I didn't know why, but I just... All the signs pointed to that I was in love. I didn't know if Ryan felt the same way or not, so I just tried to play it cool. Ryan's point of view. I looked at him, staring at his lips. I looked away quickly and scarred showed my arm. Dabi grabbed my hand, moving my sweater sleeve and seeing the scars. What's this? It's nothing. I looked down and tried pulling down my sweater sleeve, but Dabi wouldn't let me. I just don't want to talk about it. Please, Dabi. I looked down once again. Dabi let go of my arm and touched my chin, making me look at him. Tell me why. I stared at him for a second more before looking away and shaking my head. My head really hurts. It's probably from crying, he said. My stomach growled. So you're hungry too? I looked up to see Dabi, a smile on his face. Well, maybe I am. I smiled back, the tension falling between us. He made food and you ate, but your wrist wasn't working as well as usual. Okay, well, let's get that bandaged up. Dabi got up and got some stuff from the bathroom. Coming back, he bandaged my wrist and gave it a slight kiss. I blushed, not expecting that. He looked up at me and I quickly turned away. I hid my growing blush, at least to hide it. So I'm going to go to base. Are you coming with me? No thanks. I think I'll stay here and sleep. I yawned and then continued talking. My quirk takes a lot of my energy. Okay. He left through the window. I walked to the room I woke up in and found a hoodie. It smelled like Dabi. A cinnamon smell radiated from the room. I put it on and got in the bed, falling asleep. Bang! I heard a noise waking me up. Dabi? I sat up and rubbed my eyes. No response. I got up, walking into the living room and looking around. I looked at the door and started to shake. I went to the kitchen, grabbing a knife and shoving it in the hoodie pocket, and grabbed the nearest phone, just in case. I used my quirk, hoping that my message got to Dabi. I hid underneath the bed. The phone in my hand started to ring. I answered. What's going on? Bang, bang, bang! The banging on the door got louder. Someone's banging on the door. I can't. I'm on my way. Okay. He hung up. I grabbed my head, covering my ears as the banging continued. I repeated the words, I don't want to go back, I don't want to. Mumbling it aloud, I heard footsteps. I covered my mouth, trying not to make any noise. I crawled into Dabi's hoodie. The knocking had stopped. Ryan? I heard Dabi say, shaking and my voice trembling. I said, yes. He looked under the bed to see a scared you. Dabi's point of view. I came in through the window. I opened the door and scared the person off. I looked around for Ryan. Lion? I called and I heard a scared yes from under the bed. I knelt down and saw Lion curled up in a ball under the bed. I pulled her out, cradling her and keeping her close. I immediately noticed that she had my hoodie on and smiled. Your shaking soon stopped. Dabi, there's only 2 things I'm scared of. And those are going back to the place I grew up, and I asked, this sounds stupid, but I don't like storms. I like rain, not the thunder and lightning. I smiled, nodding. She hugged me. My heart started to pound, and I felt my face heat up. A blush formed on my face. Ryan's point of view. I hugged Dabi, nuzzling my face into his chest to hide my growing blush. I couldn't deny I liked him a lot, but I didn't know if he liked me back or if he was just trying to help. I looked at him and he put me down. Did the person leave? Yeah, they ran away as soon as I opened the door. What were they wearing? Did you see what they were wearing? They were wearing a suit? Was there a pin on the left side of their chest? I didn't see that. They turned to their left before I could see. Okay. What's wrong? Dabi asked. I think they found me. Why don't you just use your quirk? The people! They have people with advanced quirks. One of them has a really good sense of smell. I don't remember what they look like. But, they do. And I know them. Okay, I have one more question. Dabi said. Yeah? Why are you wearing my hoodie? I blushed. I nuzzled my face into the hoodie. It smells like you, I said. It was muffled because of the hoodie. I looked up at him. What did you say? I don't have any clothes besides the ones I've been wearing for years, I said louder so he could hear me. Well, we should go shopping. What about... He cut me off. You're safe with me. He smiled. I nodded. Now go take a shower. I'll see if I could find any clothes for you to wear out. Okay, I said. Dabi led me to the bathroom. He left and I took off my clothes, making sure he couldn't take the hoodie. I took a shower. It had been so long since I had taken a shower. I almost forgot what it felt like. I got out and dried myself and looked at the neatly piled clothes on the bathroom counter. I grabbed the clothes, a white shirt, boxers, and some sweatpants. Blech. I put them on. The sweatpants and tightened the string as tight as it would go. And put on the shirt, which hung off of my shoulder. I walked out, hoodie in my arms. I saw Dabi on the couch on his phone. I don't think the shirt fits me." He looked up at me. Dabi's point of view. I looked up at YN, seeing the shirt that I had given her dangling off her shoulder. I couldn't stop staring at her. She was so cute like that. She took a few steps before tripping on the pant leg. I caught her. Dabi's point of view. Dabi helped me stand. "Okay, how about we do this?" He took the sweatpants and rolled the strap elastic part of the sweatpants a few times. "Is that better?" I nodded, a blush forming on my cheeks. "Okay, that's all we have for today. I will post another video on this series. Again, thank you for watching, and just thank you for watching the video. And bye-bye!